have a semi-finals of EMS today, right now, between Aces and Anexis. And we are just going underway with the knife round, but Mess, how have you been?
Been good, man. Been good. And what a way to come back into Call of Duty 4 action once again. I mean, Anexis and Antwerp Aces, two of the better teams in COD 4. You could say two of the arguably best teams in Call of Duty 4 at the moment. And obviously they have got through to the semi-finals of this EMS. So it just goes to show how good they are. And it would seem that they're attracting a lot of viewers because we actually have 3 separate streaming companies in for this match. 9 shoutcasters.
I think we should make a shoutcasting team and just like 10v10 with players. Epic stuff. But yeah, like you said, probably 2 of the better teams in the scene at the moment. It's going to be a great game. This is reminiscent of, it was E-Series Maximus actually. They're in a best of 3. I think it was the quarterfinals in fact. And Aces were literally so close to knocking Anexis out. It wasn't even funny. They did beat Anexis on strike. So it's going to be interesting to see if we see a repeat of that. So, you know, it's going to be a great game. We did have a choice of another game as well, which is Western Wolves versus Delicious, but hopefully this will be finished before, and hopefully we can kind of just jump into that game and cast a few rounds on that. But, you know, we were completely clueless of when this was going to start. We literally found out 10 minutes before. It was scheduled to start at half past, and it's gone overtime at the moment. Not overtime in the server, but over the time that it was supposed to start. And yeah, but at least we're going to cover it.
Indeed. I mean, it was due to start about 30-35 minutes ago, so obviously we have had delay issues. I think it's mainly been down to the fact they've been looking for a server big enough for all these casters and players. So, yeah, we should be ready to go live very soon on Strike. And I'm pretty sure everyone's readied up, NZ, but the game hasn't started yet. What the hell?
See, the server's not even starting now, guys. COD 4 doesn't even want us to start. That's all Rupp and Rupp again. I blame Lee. I'm going to blame Lee. And on the subject of Lee, actually, guys, a website has just gone up, leeproductions.net. And you can find all the highlights, all personal information and all that good stuff with Chaos TV, streams, and all of that is really nice. It's a really nice kind of base to kind of, you know, include all the highlights. So, you know, go check that out, give us some feedback on that. Obviously still in the beta stages, so there might be a few bugs, but back into the game at hand. I think we're going to go live, Maz, and would you like to take this one away?
Sure, I will take it away, Enzi, and I'm going to take it away with Aces. You know, we were saying before, we thought Senzai was such an underrated scope, Enzi, when we saw him last time when he was playing, and he was just dominating all over the place. I believe it was against Phantasmagoria on strike, in fact. So it's going to be interesting to see how he picks this one up. So I will switch over to him. There's 2 quick fire frags go down from Nexus. Very aggressive play, actually. And we're going to be seeing Aces try and hold off this lightning fast attack. As Prophecy is in B on his own. I was going to follow Sensei, but he did get dropped in B alley from a grenade, courtesy of Boko. Stormy has gone onto Vato. Boko straight in to pick up the frag onto Prophecy. Boko's been down, which is going to leave Pazazu in a 1 versus 5. He's already taken down 1 player, so 4 more players to find here, and it's not going to happen as Stormy will headshot him down. But Enzi, how aggressive and how quick was that from not Aces, Anexis, as they rush right down the street. I mean, we saw 2 players from Anexis getting into that B site within about 20 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. I think they have changed a lot on Strike. It was arguably Anexis' worst map around the E-Series Maximus time, so hopefully they've kind of straightened it out, you know, improved it a bit, and that was a really nice round from Anexis. But let's get straight into the second. Senzai won't drop first of all this time. He'll get a double frag. Boko and Future go down early on as Senzai's proven how good he is with that scope right now, as he's looking for the third round overlook. Now scoping down in the middle of the street. Just going to be watching this cross. Does see one on the single palm. Isn't managed to even tag, as he does peek in as soon as he's shot. So he's just going to go back to watching that street now. Not go too peaky. Otherwise he might find himself on the receiving end of a bullet to the face. Only time will tell, of course. Let's switch it over with Zekox. He's actually outside of B right now with that AK. Gonna be looking in and might be able to get a frag onto Senzai soon if Senzai does peek at just the right time. Zekox is coming around and he does peek out at the right time. Zekox managing to get that frag, and there is a player just to the right of that wall. And Anexis do not realise it, and KZ Star is surely going to be pushing in soon. KZ Star does get the frag on Prophecy though, who was in that corner. As they push into B now, and the rotate comes out from Aces as it's down to a 3v3. Mean on that car, gets the bomb planted down. That's KZ Star with the headshot. Mean now looking for the second of that three. So the bomb is down, 20 seconds left. He gets the second as well. Is Mean going to be getting this third? Does see the player, is tagging him up and will get the third. Mean going absolutely huge for Aces. Awesome defense there from the spawn. And that was just great play from Mean. You know, he just waited on that car for the plant, got the plant down. And he just rolled with that AK right there.
Indeed, Mean and Senzai coming up with the full house there. Mean with the trips and Senzai with the pair. And it's going to be interesting to see how Anexis answer this one, as 3 quick frags will go down. 4 versus 2 in the blink of an eye. Mean and Pizazu, all that remains for Aces. Pizazu has gone to CAF as Stormy rings out that scope. So Pizazu going to have to play this one safe. Can't hear Stormy sprinting away. As Mean is coming under heavy fire on top of B. Stormy has taken down his teammate Pizazu, all down to Mean once again. An Aces player finds himself in that horrific 1v4 situation. He has been tagged, he leaps into midair. And I really don't think he's got too much of a chance here of picking this round up, especially as KZ Star was in the prime position, shuts him down in the head. That's going to be 2-1. But the 2 times that I've casted here, NZ, Anexis have been very, very quick into that B site and right through mid as well.
Indeed, it's the Metis effect, Vince. And I caught that little joke last round, Vince, with the pairs. I think we've been playing a bit too much poker, you know. I was playing poker for 4 hours, guys, and I won 32 cents. That's what
like
I do with my
boss.
life. But anyway, let's get right with this round as Bucko will get the deagle down. Senzai with a headshot. Zekox with a frag on the other hand onto Minas. Pizazu is just going to be sitting on these tables like a boss with the SMG, waiting for a player to come through, and he might be able to just get a frag anytime soon. There is a player around there. That is Stormy, but he's waiting very patiently as well, waiting for a push out. But he's just going to retreat now, but he's very cautious of the back. No one's going to be there to cover Stormy. He has got that bomb, as Veto does come around the corner in statue, claims the kill onto Bucko very closely with the second, picks up the AK there after running out with bullets with the SMG, and the shot under the table will drop Zekox, and Senzai will get the second headshot of the round for him, as KZ Star is the last remaining player, 1v3, tags the guy at bins, but Veto is just too good for Anexis, as he's going to get 3 kills that round, making it 2-2. And let's see if the Metis effects goes into play with Anexis going very fast.
It will be interesting. Just a quick shout out to you guys who are complaining about lag. Lower your settings, lower your quality, and hopefully that will fix any lag issues you currently have. Either way, into the 5th round here. Let's see if Anexis are going to make this the triple in a row. As I've been casting, are they going to push aggressively? We do have a quick player onto statue, but that would seem to be the only player that has pushed in quick here. And that is going to be Mr. Bocco. Surprise, surprise. Such an aggressive SMG even. AK-74U is a player on that corner. He's going to come around, will take down Veto. There's another player dead ahead of him though, as Zykox goes on to Prophecy. And let's have a quick switch over and see who that is in A. It's going to be Pizazu, as he will also get taken down from Bocco. Bocco has been down from Mean, who picks up his second onto KZ Star, both from A bins. Mean just locking down this A site, but he has 2 more players to go through. Stormy with that scope, and the bomb is going to rush over to A site and get that plant down. He's going to go for the full. And Mean will be dropped. Senzai, however, does reply onto Future. 2 versus 1. He knows one of these players is going to be on A. He doesn't know it's Stormy, and Stormy will pick up that frag with the deagle, as it will go 3-2 NZ. So a tiny bit slower than we've been used to. But Bocco still very aggressive and did pick up a double kill there. So great play from him. 3-2 the scoreline. And this game should be an absolute belter.
Indeed, the Mass Effect is over. So let's see what happens this round. Future's going to start us off with the grenade. Veto goes down early on. Stormy with that scope, of course. Going to be holding that B cross as Pizazu claims the kill onto Zekox with the headshot. Stormy is going to throw that grenade out onto Link. Could get himself a kill here. Misses one. Sees one to the right. Pizazu goes down. Did see one exiting Link. And Future will get the kill onto Prophecy, as Stormy will rotate to the main A area, throws that smoke out, bomb in hand, of course. Stormy is the sole bomb carrier for Anexis right now as he throws that smoke out. Obviously going to be wanting to cross this A site, has took the bomb all the way to the bin, so if he does lose this and get killed, this could be absolutely crucial, but he is going to back off as KZ Star will drop Mean. Sensei with the deagle onto Bucko. But KZ Star's going to be there to finish it all off. 4-2 is your score. And that was a really nice push from Anexis there, getting into that A site. And a timeout actually being called. I think Mean timed out that.
Mean timed out, indeed. So understandable timeout there from Pizazu, as we will wait for Mean, of course, to ready back up and reconnect to the server. But Enzi, I mean, so far it seems that Anexis have been playing very aggressive. I must admit, though, from the E-Series LAN that we both casted together when Aces actually beat Anexis on Strike, it did seem to me that Anexis were a tiny bit slow at the blocks on attack. They did play it quite slow, so perhaps they've had a quick look back at those demos and perhaps the cast, and if thought, well, hold on a second, guys, we need to be a tiny bit more aggressive. So I'm hoping that Aces realise if they just get a tiny bit deeper on the defence, don't peek quite as much and wait for Anexis to come to them, perhaps stagger those grenades, throw a couple of later nades, they should be able to stave off this fast push, and of course then make Anexis change their game plan. So it's going to be interesting. Still early days, of course. This is a best of 3 format matchup. But I would be looking at Aces to perhaps play their defence a tiny bit deeper.
Yeah. On the subject back, Anexis looking very weak, you know, from the LAN not long ago. They've definitely changed a few things. You can just see from these few rounds, they're much more aggressive. That, you know, they're not as cautious as they used to be. And I think that's really paying off right now. And I won't be surprised if Anexis actually take this map. So, but you know, only time's going to tell. Aces are a great side, and they're more than capable of picking this map.
Oh, definitely. They've already done it before over Anexis. Of course, that's going to be a huge confidence boost. So let's have a quick look-see at how Anexis are going to approach this round. As again, seems to be a tiny bit slower. Mean has been dropped from that car bomb courtesy of Bocco. Veto very much trying to stave off this attack as he's going to take down Bocco. There is another player to his right as he will get the second headshot onto KZ Star. Beautiful play from Veto, completely denying this A push. Throws the up and over grenade. Could have got future, but not quite, as he will take down Veto's teammate of Pizazu and of course his SMG partner. So back to a 3 versus 3 situation. And let's have a quick look over. You've got Prophecy on double palm. Senzai with that scope is back of B, now pushing inside. Where are Anexis? Zycox B side, just outside the B entrance. Stormy lurking with that scope is just outside of front A. He has been tagged from Senzai, but not enough to finish him off. And he is going to go looking now. And of course that will leave Future, the man with the bomb, in underlook. Now going to be pushing into front of A with Stormy. Stormy also has that AK-47. So they're going to try and push in together and force here. Will Zycox try and make a nuisance of himself and B? It would look like that's going to be happening right now, as he has seen Senzai's head popping up there, but can't land that frag. Seems to me that Zycox is getting some kind of little lag spikes. Well, they seem to have subsided now. Either way, 3 versus 3 with 15 seconds to go as Future will open up onto Prophecy. Going to come around that corner. Veto replies straight back into 2 versus 1 situation. He must realise this has to be an A push, but it's not going to happen for him as the 2 Anexis players just flank round from the left and right. Stormy picks up that frag, 5-2 NZ, but damn did they leave that late. A 3v3 situation to leave 15 seconds of that time before committing. They're leaving it fine.
Indeed. Very risky, but it paid off. Veto did have a very good attempt though at blocking Anexis off, but wasn't to be, as I'm actually going to pick it up with Veto, see how he's doing in this A site. Stormy's going to drop the nade onto Pizazu behind Veto. So Veto is going to be the sole defender for A right now as Bocco will SMG Prophecy down. And Veto getting the frag onto KZ Star. Bullets coming out from that B site as Veto's pushing main. Future jumps in, gets the kill onto Veto, and obviously that nade came out first, so the call's going to be open. In that Anexis TeamSpeak or whatever they're using, that A is completely clear. They're going to get this bomb down with no worries whatsoever. Stormy and Mean both exchanging frags, and Bocco with the last, with the headshot. Mean goes down, and 6-2 Menace. I did not see this coming.
Indeed, it really didn't. I mean, it was, what, 2-2 at one stage, NZ?
Yeah.
All even? And suddenly out of nowhere, 6-2. So, as we said before, I was hoping that Aces would kind of adapt. And, you know, go Darwin on this and just try and evolve and make themselves slightly better on defense, but hasn't been happening so far, as 2 quick frags will go down once again from Anexis Future and KZ Star both chiming in. And then Aces backs against the walls. They don't want to let this defense side slip. Strike is one of those snowballing maps where you can suddenly find yourself behind 5 or 6 rounds, and that's kind of what's been happening so far here. As only 2 players for Aces remain, Veto and Prophecy. Veto has been playing very well so far, has just added another frag to that tally, shutting down KZ Star. And his teammate, Prophecy, is in the middle of the street in no man's land. He is going to try and rotate round to help his teammate cover this B site, but it's not going to happen as Stormy gets the comfortable plant down. And that's going to leave Veto having to push round aggressively. Has seen a player top of B house. He's going to open up here. Will take down Future back to a 2 versus 2. As it's going to be Veto and Prophecy versus Bocco and Stormy. Stormy's watching the flower side. Bocco's in top of B house. Has taken down Prophecy. Took a fair few rounds and Stormy will finish it up onto Veto. But Veto did, I thought for a second, as he had a whiff of a chance of actually clutching that round. But 7-2 the scoreline, and I'm a bit worried for Aces here.
You know who Anexis remind me of? The Power Rangers. They kick ass. Seriously. They are playing absolutely awesome right now. And they are 7-2 up in this semi-finals of EMS Best of 3 live on Chaos TV. As Stormy will start us off with the grenade. Once again, Veto goes down. Bocco with the Deagle. Future with the AK. Onto Prophecy as Zecox is going to get the AK frag as well, leaving Senzai early on 1v5. And he just got absolutely gang raped. 8-2.
Well, they've already used their timeout here, NC, because of means disconnect, so they can't use another one. And I think if they did have another one at their disposal, they would have called one by now. Because 8-2 out of nowhere, and they really desperately need to win these next 2 rounds. Bring it back to 8-4 at half-time. Still not a great result, but it could be a whole lot worse here, as 2 frags have gone down. Stormy and Prophecy both been dropped. Add Veto to that exclusive club of down soldiers for this round. Anexis are on top once again. Make that on top by 2 as Bocco gets his second. Mean and Senzai remain. Mean's on A bins, and Senzai will have that scope around B. And it's now going to be a 3 versus 2 as Mean will try and equal the odds, but Bocco with a nice shot there over Statue to make this a 1 versus 3 against Senzai. He's going to try and get the cross. Very nearly does pick up that frag, but not quite on this occasion. The smoke comes down thick and fast on double palms. He's going to throw the up and over grenade, trying to predict that bomb plant. So unfortunate that Zykox just narrowly managed to escape that grenade on the opposite side of the bomb, and Future will finish it off onto Senzai. 9-2 NZ. And this is looking precarious at best for Aces. I mean, from 2-2 to 9-2.
It's disappointing. As you said, the timeout has been used, but obviously halftime is coming up. They need to talk about what they're doing. They haven't had the chance, of course, because of Mean's timeout. It's a shame to see this, because we saw Aces really strong against Phantasmagoria, really good at the LAN, against the Nexus, in fact. They seem to be slacking right now, but hey, there's 3 maps. They've still got another map after this, and maybe we're going to see a comeback of a lifetime from Aces. But after this round, it doesn't look very very promising as a team ace comes out from Anexis. Really disappointing from Aces so far.
Well, you see, my only concern here, NC, is that Aces are good on strike. I mean, we've seen them play well on strike numerous times now. Against Phantasmagoria, against the Nexus. They absolutely dominated Phantasmagoria, if you remember, not too long ago. And I wouldn't be too surprised to see Anexis pick City Streets, because if you remember back to E-Series, Anexis absolutely steamrolled Aces.
It's the ESL rules. I think it's the loser picks the second map.
Ah, okay, that's nice.
So, yeah, but still, Anexis are strong on all other maps.
They are. That's one of the great things about Anexis. So even though we were saying before that they're weakened on strike, that's still a good map for anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, their performance is still rates up there decent with any of the other top ranked teams. So this is probably the map that I think that you can maybe have a whiff of a chance of taking them down on. But so far they've looked extremely strong. 10-2 ahead, 4-2 players ahead in this round, looking at the 11-2 scoreline. And really, it's only a matter of time here before Prophecy falls in a 4 versus 1. He's trying to push out a mid-shops, but there's Zykox on front of A wall. 11-2 NC, and you kind of run out of things to say. I mean, really, I think Aces probably have in the back of their mind now, let's just look forward to the second map. I don't think they're expecting to bring this one back from this position.
Yeah, but I can't remember what LAN it was, but MIW, no, that Anexis came back. I thought it was a different team. Oh god, my mind is full of fudge. But yeah, there's not much we can actually say right now, you know, just Anexis are too good for Aces right now, you know, so that's the most we can say at the moment, guys. It is 11-2, of course. Zecox is going to get the frag onto Prophecy, making it a 1v4 now, as Mean goes down. Zecox with the double. Senzai, your last remaining player, and where is he? I think he is around Caf. He has moved out with the SMG, so he's got the scope and SMG. Long range and short range at his disposal. Sees one of mid shots. Beautiful flick shot onto Zecox. Are we going to see this 1v4? Maybe if we do, it's going to motivate the rest of his team to buck their ideas up and maybe mount a comeback. But there is one at single palm and one coming around the back. There's Stormy with a headshot. And back to that MIW thing. It was actually MIW like really far ahead, and Anexis sprang back. I thought it was the other way round. So apologies for that, guys. But yeah, 12-2.
I mean, comebacks are possible in Call of Duty 4. We have seen it before, Anzi, but against the Nexus 12-2 down on Strike, I'm not so sure, to be honest. I think this map is all but over, and I would be expecting Aces to pick Backlot. If it is going to be their choice next, if the loser does pick the next map, I would expect Backlot to be picked, where obviously we'll see very shortly, more than likely, is a 4 versus 3. This KZ Star will open up with 2 frags there onto Veto and Pizazu. So another 2 frags coming quickly there from Bocco, and Stormy and Future has finished off 13-2. A woeful performance from Aces. And Nexus just looking way, way too strong. And which map do you think it's going to be, Anzi? If Aces do have the